Good day, everyone. This is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and this is Saturday, the 11th of June, 2022, and this is the weekly technical analysis for the Euro, the Cable, and the Aussie dollar for the third week of June. And as you can see across all these three majors, there's a significant retracement lower over the last couple of days of the week. Back down lower, which means that the US dollar should have pushed up higher. Let's begin with the Euro. And the reason is for the Euro last week, it's due to two events. On Thursday was the ECB decisions, rate and policy decisions, and then on Friday was the US CPI figure, which came out hotter than expected, which drove the US dollar even higher. But on the Thursday, the ECB did announce the end of their asset purchase by the end of this month in June. And although they did sound hawkish and announced that they would start increasing rates in the next meeting in July by 25 basis points, and then later on in September, it ran into headwinds against the resistance here at this daily 55 EMA, as well as the previous swing high, swing low here. It's on the weekly time frame, and it ended the week almost like a evening doji star with a very bearish third candle, back down into the 105 level, hit the 105, I believe, hit the low almost at 105, 105.06, right into the resistance zone. But it was already facing some headwinds because of this retracement back up higher from recent low, and we did move this fib from this higher level, and it was the 50 fib retracement area, and now falling down lower. So we can switch this over now to retracement, and it has hit the 62 fib retracement area, and just a bit lower to the 105 area. So there is possible further bearish move down lower. So currently this is the support zone, and I would change that to more interim support. This is still clearly resistance here, and I change that to a solid zone. This we can move down to this area. Is going to be a significant support at this swing low, along with this previous swing low area as well. So this is support. This zone now is going to be a resistance zone. All right. So this coming week, there's some more impact from central banks, with the US Federal Reserve having their meeting and policy decisions, rate and policy decisions, and they're expected to increase rate by 50 basis points this time. And this is the first of potential 3 rate increases of that amount. But with the higher than expected US CPI figure on Friday, they're probably under pressure to increase even higher, perhaps in the next round. But this round is likely to be just 50 basis points to 1.5%. But we'll see. We'll see how hawkish they will be. And among that, there's also some minor news from the Eurozone. But looks like the US dollar has taken over again and driven up higher, pushing the euros and the other majors down lower. So yes, there's still bearish momentum to drive this lower. Next key area, if 104 can hold, then it could try to consolidate in this zone. All right, let's take a look on the shorter time frame on at the news announcement from the ECB. So initially it did push up higher. This is the candle here. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. And yes, that was initially the reaction was bullish and spiked through this resistance zone, but was rejected, and you'll see that in the Aussie dollar as well, the RBA decision, and then followed through lower until the Friday as well, continued even lower. It's on the 4 hour time frame. So it broke down through the support and then through the next round figure 106 before pausing at the 62 fib retracement for the week. All right. So let's switch over and take a look at the US dollar index and how that price action was. So here's the US dollar index, where you can see that from Thursday, it has pushed up higher through this intermediate resistance zone at the 162 fib extension. It has been climbing back up from the 138 since the previous week, and after finding support from the daily 55 EMA as well, and continued further fueled by the US CPI figure, and right into the resistance zone at the 104. Close just above the 104, and this previous swing high level. So looks like there is possible bullish momentum to push it right into the next resistance zone at the 105 area. So this is definitely the next clear target. I'll mark this as a intermediate resistance for now, in case there's a pullback but most likely that's going to be the new support level. This is definitely already support. All right. It's also possibly a reversal dip here, and it has run up into the 78.6 fib retracement. And the next range will be into the 105. Beyond that, it's potentially looking at the 106.35 area, so just above 106. That could be the next. Perhaps I can move this zone into this next resistance zone. And possibly move this into support level at the 50 fib. All right. So although it's the US dollar is strengthening, it's at the expense of US economy heating up. Having a runaway inflation now, it doesn't seem to be slowing down. So the Fed is will be pressured to take even faster and more decisive actions. All right, let's move back to the other majors. Let's move on to the cable, where this week is also the Bank of England's turn on their rate decisions, where they're expected to increase rate by 0.25%. And that's following the FOMC meeting, and also with a couple other UK economic news. But the Friday was where it really fell, with getting hurt with the US CPI figure. Let's take a look on the 4-hour time frame. Yes, this was right at the time of the announcement. Yeah, and this bearish candle here, it was approaching the support level from Tuesday, the lows from intra-week lows from Tuesday, but then it fell through with the US dollar trading higher, and it continued to fall through for the week here. Let's move this fib now to a retracement. And it has very quickly fallen through 62 fib retracement and approaching the 78.6 retracement. Let's also take a look at this previous swing low area. Yeah, just down here. So we'll see after the Federal Reserve meeting whether the Bank of England is able to move this back up with their rate decision. This will be the key support zone now at the next round figure at 122.00. So it's just right in the middle now between the at 123, close right at just at 123.11. So this zone is going to be a resistance zone, intermediate resistance zone. Okay. So this zone here is going to be major resistance up here. And below that, there's the key 120 round figure. And along with a 138 pip extension, if it does get down there over the next few weeks. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, that's really pushing lower. So it needs to find some support this middle of the week on a Wednesday or Thursday. All right, let's switch over to the Aussie dollar. And likewise, earlier in the week on the Tuesday, the RBA did announce a rate hike, and in fact, a surprise hike that was higher than expected. They were expected to increase by just 40 basis points. They increased 50 basis points to 0.85%. So initially, there was a spike through higher. We take a look on the time frame. This spike through higher, and it did try to retest that, but eventually failed and dropped off on the Wednesday and through the rest of the week as the US dollar began to drive higher. So it fell below the 71 round figure and approaching the 70 round figure again. So that will be a key support zone along with a previous swing low. So 71 now will be resistance. This swing low region as well will be resistance. Let's remove this for now. And this week, there's only minor news with the jobs report on Thursday, but it's exposed as well to the Federal Reserve decisions, and that could drive the Aussie dollar lower, depending on the US dollar movement. Let's take a look on the weekly time frame. And this was previous swing lows from way back in 2019 here. And also above that, there's a couple years back. Okay. Let's extend this zone. That's way lower from at 68 round figure. All right, so we'll see whether the US dollar is going to drive up higher and push all the rest of the majors lower, except for spot gold, which is also rallying up higher as an inflation hedge. So do check out my other video on that, on the spot gold and dollar yen. Have a safe week and a good trading week, and cheers for now.